The scene is set in ancient Judea, where a crowd has gathered to listen to Jesus speak. Among those present are his disciples, curious onlookers, and religious leaders eager to hear his teachings. Jesus often used stories, known as parables, to share important lessons with his listeners. On this occasion, he begins to tell a story designed to illustrate the true meaning of kindness and compassion. Through his words, he invites everyone to consider how they treat others, especially those in need. The story he shares will challenge common assumptions and encourage a deeper understanding of what it means to help one another. As the traveler made his way along the winding road, the journey seemed peaceful at first. Suddenly, a group of robbers emerged from the shadows, surrounding him with menacing intent. They struck swiftly, taking his belongings and leaving him battered and bruised. With no one around to help, the traveler was left lying on the roadside, injured and alone. The once hopeful journey had turned into a desperate struggle for survival, setting the stage for what would happen next. As the injured man lay by the side of the road, two travelers passed by. The first was a priest, someone expected to show compassion and care. Yet, upon seeing the wounded man, the priest chose to cross to the other side and continue on his way. Shortly after, a Levite approached. The Levites were also respected for their religious duties. He too noticed the man in distress, but instead of offering assistance, he also walked past without stopping. Both individuals saw the need, but decided not to intervene, leaving the man alone and vulnerable. At this moment, a Samaritan comes upon the scene. Historically, Samaritans and Jews belonged to groups that often held deep-seated mistrust and animosity toward each other. Despite these differences, the Samaritan does not hesitate. He notices the injured man lying helpless by the roadside and feels genuine compassion. Ignoring the social barriers that typically divide them, the Samaritan chooses to offer assistance, demonstrating kindness where others had passed by. His actions mark a turning point in the story, highlighting the power of empathy over prejudice. The Samaritan approaches the injured man with genuine concern. Gently, he cleans and bandages the man's wounds, using oil and wine to soothe and disinfect them. Lifting the man onto his own animal, the Samaritan carefully transports him to a nearby inn. There, he ensures the man is settled comfortably and continues to look after him. Before departing, the Samaritan gives money to the innkeeper, instructing him to provide for the man's needs. He even promises to cover any additional expenses upon his return. Through these actions, the Samaritan exemplifies true kindness and compassion, caring for a stranger without hesitation. Jesus concluded by explaining that the true message of this story is about compassion and kindness. He taught that everyone we meet is our neighbor, regardless of their background or where they come from. Helping others should not depend on their identity or our differences. Instead, we are called to show mercy and care to anyone in need. Through this lesson, Jesus reminds us that genuine love knows no boundaries and that we should always be ready to help others, just as the Good Samaritan did.